Testing 1 2 3. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience of 17 and pregnant and what my parents' reaction was when they found out that I was pregnant. But before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that please like and subscribe to my channel. This is my first video, but it's not my last. I will be posting every Mondays and Thursdays. So please make sure you guys like and you guys subscribe. Anyways, so I'm gonna start by saying that this all started back in February of 2010 when I found out that I was pregnant. I think I was 2 weeks when I found out. I did end up telling my son's dad at that time, you know what, dude, like, I'm pregnant, blah blah. He was actually pretty happy. The one who I told in my family was the first person who I told in my family was my sister. She is 2 years older than me. I have 3 sisters, but this is the one that's 2 years older than me, and then the other ones are like a lot older. So her and I were, you know, kind of close, so I did trust her and I told her, and well, she was very supportive. She was actually very worried as to what my parents were going to say due to me only being 17 and pregnant. So oh my god, you guys, I don't know why, but like this wind just literally freaking started, and it is, hopefully it doesn't ruin my video. But anyways, so what happened was, we're gonna go way back to the year of 2010, February of 2010 to be exact. I had been with my son's dad prior to me getting pregnant for almost the whole year phrase of when we started dating to when I got pregnant. At that time, we didn't really use protection, you know, after certain months of dating. Then we just didn't use protection, I want to say, for like about 6-7 months. So I ended up getting pregnant towards the end of our first year together. And when I found out I was 2 weeks pregnant. I took a pregnancy test. I didn't have my period. So, you know, it came out positive that I was pregnant. I did tell him. I told one of my sisters, the oldest one, okay, I have 3 sisters, so the oldest one, no, not the oldest one, the one that's 2 years older than me. Oh my god, why is it so complicated to say it? Yeah, the one that's 2 years older than me. We're actually cool, like we get along, and I've always been kind of close to her. So I told her, you know, like, dude, I'm pregnant, and I don't know what I'm gonna tell my parents. I don't know when I'm gonna tell them. And then I just decided to not tell them until like a couple of weeks. My plan was to tell them like maybe a month or 2 into my pregnancy, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. They ended up finding out 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after I found out, due to me having a miscarriage. So what happened there was that I've been working since the age of 16. At that time, I was currently working at a florist, and dude, I was having these bad pains, like cramp pains, like they were just so unbearable. And I ended up texting my sister that day, and I told her, you know what, dude, like I'm having these badass pains like never before, you know. And they were just getting worse and worse and worse, up to the point where I started to kind of bleed. Very little at first. It was kind of like a light pinkish color. And then I told her, and she goes, oh dude, you know, like you need to go to the doctor, because the hospital, because that doesn't sound right. Like, you're pregnant and you shouldn't be kind of bleeding. So, and it was just the cramps. So I just remember they were just getting so bad. Like, I literally me tenía que agachar, and just, I would move like a freaking worm. Like, it just hurt so bad. So she ended up picking me up from work, and I went to the hospital. And what do you know? I was having a miscarriage. At that time, I think it's like that motherly instinct that my mom kind of knew something was going on, you know, as far as like me being pregnant or stuff. Because I remember that she did call me, and she was like just like talking shit to me, like, órale hija de la no más que vayas a estar embarazada, que bla 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 bla, no estés con tus cosas, y no me vayas a salir con tu domingo 7, you know, and everything. And when they took me inside to the back, they did tell me, they did do the little ultrasound thing, and they didn't feel the heartbeat. So when the doctor came, they told me the reason why, and the reason was because I guess that my blood and my fetus blood were not compatible, so my body pretty much just lo rechazó. I think from my understanding, I think that is what happened. So they did have to put a shot on me for the future. Next time that I ended up wanting to get pregnant, I wouldn't have a miscarriage for the same reason. So for that, I needed my mom to sign because obviously I was underage, and she did not want to go for the life of me. Like, my sister called her, told her that I was having a miscarriage and that she needed to go sign, and nope, she did not want to go. Like, she literally said que me las averigüe como yo pudiera, like, because she was not gonna go. Like, she was just like, nope, 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 nope. So we ended up having to lie to the doctor and telling him that my mom had gone to Mexico. So my mom was in Mexico and my dad was in Mexico, and I ended up staying with her as my guardian for the time being of her being in Mexico. So they allowed, it was pretty much like a consent over the phone where my sister can sign. So that's what ended up happening. She did end up signing, but when I got home, she just told me que me fuera al cuarto y que no estuviera bien. It wasn't right that I had gotten pregnant, that if I want to act like an adult, then I'm going to get treated like an adult. Pretty much, it's just whoa. I'm talking too fast. Pretty much, she chewed me out, and then luckily, I was so lucky that she didn't tell my dad, because if she would have told my dad, like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have heard the end of it. And you guys know, like, a lot, I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of the Hispanic cultures, like the papas and the mamas from the freaking ranchos and stuff, like the older version parents, they're just like you follow my rules and you obey my rules, you know, or te meto tu tunda, you know, like it's just like you couldn't have a boyfriend, you couldn't really go out, you couldn't do this, and if you did, they'd kick you out, you know. A lot of the Hispanic, unfortunately, a lot of like the Hispanics that do end up getting pregnant at a young age, they do end up getting kicked out of their house, and that was my case. Oh wait, let me go back. So she did end up telling my dad, and when my son's dad came, because I had told him to come over, you know, like outside, so I could tell him the story and everything, because he was at work at that time. So he did come over. He said, do you want to go eat? And I'm like, no, because I'm not hungry. And he was hungry, so we went to Pepe's Tacos, which is down the street from the house. It's just like a taco place, I guess, where you could go buy tacos, burritos, whatever. So we ended up going there, and I was just devastated. Like, I was emotional. I was crying about everything. I would just think about that, and I was just crying. I would get a cramp because I still haven't taken out the fetus. My body didn't reject the fetus just yet, and I was just crying and crying and crying about everything and anything, you know. Like, I was just emotional. I was sensitive and everything. So and I told him, we were sitting down, he was eating, and I told him, you know what, like, I want to have a kid. Like, I want to get pregnant again because this isn't fair, you know. I was pregnant and now I'm not. So I told him, you know, I want to have a kid. Like, I don't want to hear it. I just want to get pregnant again. So he goes, yeah, just relax, you know. If it's meant to be, it's gonna happen, whatever, yada yada. So pretty much that's what happened. We left it at that. We were still dating, you know. I ended up getting over it eventually, and then March came. So it's March, January, February, March 5th, no, March 10th, I found out that I was pregnant again. Hooray! My wish came true. I found out that I was pregnant. I did end up telling him, and he was like, what the hell, like, so soon? But I was kind of like in high risk because I did have a miscarriage within that month of the time frame. I got pregnant again, so I was kind of high risk. He was a little bit worried, but everything came out good. Again, I told my sister, you know what, dude, I'm pregnant. You know, I'm not gonna tell my mom until like 2 months later or something. I didn't even wait 2 months. I think I told her within the month of me being pregnant that I was pregnant. And yeah, she did not like it. She was like, tú no aprendes, like you already got pregnant y otra vez ya ahí vas, y que you really want to be acting like an adult. Well, you can't be here, like you gotta go, like quieres andar con tus cosas, entonces vete con él, que él te mantenga, que él te cuide y que esto y ya, forma tu vida, you know, you're already pregnant. So she goes, you need to leave before your dad gets here today. I think it was like around 12. My dad would get home like around 4. So dijo, te tienes que ir antes de que venga tu papá, like you need to be gone. So at that time I called my son's dad. I'm like, you know what, dude, like my mom told me get whatever I can get from the house that belongs to me and I need to go. She's gonna end up telling my dad that I ran away because I was pregnant, and if I'm forgetting something here at the house, then I can come during the week when my dad is not here, like to get whatever I'm gonna get. But I need to go, like you need to like figure it out, like you need to come and pick me up like now, you know what I mean? So he goes, dude, but I haven't even told, what the hell, I haven't even told my mom, like nobody knows that you're pregnant or anything. So he goes, all right, well, let me call my mom. He ended up calling his mom, telling him. She said, okay, well, ¿qué le vas a hacer? Just bring her in, you know, de modo que se vaya a la calle or whatever. So he ended up taking me in. First time I've ever met his parents. He had never met my parents at that time. And yeah, she was just like so disappointed though. Like I just remember that she was upset. She was, again, like, what the hell? Didn't you learn like the first time? So yeah, that's what happened. I ended up grabbing my stuff. I ended up leaving. She ended up telling my dad that I had ran away because I was pregnant and that I left with my dude. Which in reality, that's not what happened. My mom ended up kicking me out, but my dad was more of like so he likes to drink like every day, kind of like an alcoholic. He is an alcoholic, better yet said, and he gets like very verbal, like, and he'll just talk shit to you and stuff, and sometimes he'll even whip your booty and stuff. So to avoid all of that, that is the reason why she told me that she was gonna tell him that I ran away. And yeah, that is what happened. And I didn't get to talk to my dad. I didn't come around the house. I didn't talk to my dad until like about 4 months into my pregnancy, when I actually found out the gender of my son. And I did come and I told him, oh, well, I'm gonna have a boy, this and that. And he was just still kind of very serious with me until like, I think que se le quitó lo serio, yeah, like almost at my 8, maybe 9 months of pregnancy. Ya no estaba tan serio. But yeah, that is the story of my 17 and pregnant. It was definitely an experience, definitely a life changer, living at your house and pregnant, and having to move out, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes people mature and grow up and, be responsible for the stuff that they do, the consequences and stuff. But anyways, that is the story. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be posting on Thursday, so it's every Monday and Thursday. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye guys.